Whether Boise State Public Radio brings a smile to your day, some inspiration, or a greater connection to Idaho and the world, we're proud to be here with you. Federal funding, about $1.60 per person annually, helps keep these trusted services strong and accessible to everyone in our community. Learn how you can safeguard local public media stations like ours by visiting protectmypublicmedia.org.
I'm Gemma Gaudette. More Idaho Matters right now from the studios of Boise State Public Radio News. Well, we all want to help our planet by conserving our landscapes, but sometimes it can feel overwhelming. But what if you could make a change in a small way, maybe in what you choose to plant in your own backyard? Turns out there's a special workshop to do just that. It will be next month, and it's called Conservation in Your Backyard. It's part of the Ada County Soil and Water Conservation District's WaterWise workshops. So here to tell us more are Jessica Harold, the director of the district, and Crystal Davidson, their education and outreach coordinator. Hi to both of you.
Good to be here.
So Jessica, let me start with you. Just remind us, what is the Ada County Soil and Water Conservation District?
Sure. We are a local organization. We are a subset of the state of Idaho, actually, and our sole mission is to provide resources and education for local landowners and other partners to just better our soil and water resources in the community.
And Jessica, what are the WaterWise workshops that you're putting on?
These WaterWise workshops are a partnership with the Boise Watershed. We are hosting a series of 8 classes, and they are for anyone interested who wants to start looking at ways to conserve water. And the resources, we give them access to lots of businesses and experts in our area to just provide that help to landowners who are really interested in starting to make a difference, especially in our high desert area. We do have limited water resources available, and so any step that we can take is a step in the right direction.
So Crystal, talk to us about your background, because you worked as both a microbiologist but also a secondary science teacher.
Yeah. I came to this position kind of in a weird way, but I've discovered that there is a really cool connection between my understanding in microbiology and then just the experience that I had as a secondary science teacher to make those connections between soil health and all of the organisms that make their home in the soil and why they are so beneficial, and how we can change some of the things that we do with soil and the way that we think about soil to grow better things, but also to help us save water.
And Crystal, you'll be leading the Conservation in Your Backyard workshop. So what will you be talking about?
So this is the first workshop in the series, and it's really kind of a broader sort of introduction to small ways that we can make changes to what we do primarily in our landscapes to reduce our water demands so that we can protect that precious resource. So I'll be talking about, just some simple changes that individuals can make, nothing that requires a lot of money or a lot of knowledge or skill. And a lot of these things are ideas that come from Dr. Douglas Tallamy's book that we invited last year, who talks a lot about the changes that individual homeowners can make to our planet just by doing simple things.
Okay, can we talk a little bit more about that, Crystal? Because I'll be perfectly transparent here. I do not have a green thumb. Frankly, I don't do any of the yard work. I don't do any of the yard work in my house. That's my husband. But with that said, I mean, we have a decent sized backyard. We have trees. And is there anything that we could do, like let's say in a yard like ours, that would be simple and easy and would make a difference?
Yeah, there are so many things. like thinking about your ground cover, there are lots of homes in the Treasure Valley that primarily use rock as landscape cover. And, landscapers use rock because it's easy and, you can put plenty of it on the ground and hope that nothing grows in it. But that rock also gets warm. And so when you have rainwater or irrigation water that's running in those spaces, it's more likely to evaporate instead of absorbing into the soil where we want it to go, so that it can help to recharge our aquifers. Soil that stores water can help our landscapes be more drought tolerant. So just that one thing, replacing that rock with something that's a more organic mulch, like tree bark or your grass clippings, straw, dried, your dead leaves, whatever. That can be a simple thing that changes how your landscape uses that water that you get.
So, Jessica, talk to us about some of the other WaterWise workshops that will be coming up after this one with Crystal.
Yeah, we are really excited for some of them. There's 7 in total. Our most popular one last year was about a rainwater catchment. And this year, since Nikki, who owns Split Pea Edible Landscaping, has such great information to share, we put this into a 2-part series. So rainwater catchment, we expect to be very full. And there's a lot of great ones too for like gardeners and anyone interested in native bees, especially, is like choosing the right plants for you and then designing a water conscious landscape. We also have a really interesting one about water law in Idaho, just because it is, a big part of our drought culture in the West is water law and what it can be used for. And what we are really hoping is just that people understand, kind of the nuances of this resource that we have. And if we're smart about it now, then we don't have to be under, so many restrictions in the future. Like if we are all making these changes of our own accord, it can really continue to be, not such a difficult thing for us to manage in the future.
Well, I want to thank both of you so much for coming in and talking with us about this. We've been speaking with Jessica Harold, the director of the Ada County Soil and Water Conservation District, along with Crystal Davidson, their education and outreach coordinator. We've been talking about their upcoming WaterWise workshop. It's called Conservation in Your Backyard. It's set for March 6th in Boise. I'm Gemma Gaudette, and this is Idaho Matters.
Each morning, it's a new opportunity, a chance to start fresh. Up First from NPR makes each morning an opportunity to learn and to understand. Choose to join the world every morning with Up First, a podcast that hands you everything going on across the globe and down the street, all in 15 minutes or less. Start your day informed and anew with Up First by subscribing wherever you get your podcasts.